Ito na.
Na.
This it. Is this Game of Thrones PI Season 2? Ito na ba, bro? This is it na ba? Declaration of war na ba ito? If SMNI is gonna go down as we projected last week pa lang, di ba? Na mukhang malabo na tatagal ito. I don't think Rodrigo Duterte, Digong, is just going to take that sitting down. I think he will go on the offensive even more than we have seen ever before. And now you have a situation whereby medyo nagkaroon tayo ng konting disagreement on the issue of peace process. Remember, Sara Duterte, the first time she came out and publicly criticized
Yes.
BBM on any issue, and she used even the term dealing with the devil, was etong issue ng peace negotiations with the communists. So mukhang we're crossing na certain
The riff
threshold
is
na, bro.
getting larger and
Oo,
larger.
medyo next level na yun. Parang unsheathing of the swords na nangyari. Hindi na ito normal
Totoo. And yun nga, lalo ngayon yung mga pagpapalaya kay Leila DELIMA. So ngayon, she's the biggest critic of the former administration, and talagang pabigat ng pabigat. And Sara is, yun nga, kinokontra na yung mga nilalabas ni BBM. And ang daming mga issues, pati yung sa DepEd na she's not capable of handling yung ating educational crisis. So one after the other, it adds up na, growing that rift between the DDS and the Marcos admin.
Oh, I was just confirming, bro. Ito na talaga. Oh, so this is true. Leila DeLima has been designated as the spokesman ng Liberal Party family. So she's taking up na talaga official position and all, no? And of course, we can say a lot of things about, laos na yung Dilawan, etc. But you cannot say that about Leila DeLima. She's coming back with vengeance, and Leila DeLima is her own entire party, no? I think she brings a lot of energy, strength, and charisma in a certain sense. And also, iba feisty talaga si Leila eh. I mean, I'm reading pa rin yung book ni Patricia Evangelista about yung drug war and all. And in fairness, tumaas pa lalong respect ko kay Leila DeLima that she has been on top of this issue for quite some time. Ikaw, bro, I mean, how do you see, are you surprised nung Sara now openly coming out and criticizing it, or you see it more like desperate na siya, mukhang hindi na siya kinakausap ni BBM eh. Di ba? Bakit ko isa sa publiko yung kritisismo ay yung disagreement ko sa iyo, kunyari Mark Gombo, kung ikaw presidente, kung I already have direct channel to you, di ba? Most likely nilalabas ko lang ito dahil hindi mo naman ako kinakausap, hindi kita na-meet. So this is my way of getting your attention. Di ba? It looks like almost desperation level, di ba? Parang ganun na nangyari ngayon, di ba?
Ang tingin ko parang she's setting up her base eh. Yung mga supporters nila. Na kasi ang pangit naman kung sabi niya I support BBM, I support, tas bigla na lang magka-cut clean siya and ano. So I think parang medyo inaano niya eh, unti-unti. So I tried to talk with the president. I tried to convince him na ganito, we disagree sa ganito.
Right. That's a good point.
Medyo mabagal yung mabagal yung eventually ang dami na naming pinagdidisagreean. I have no choice but to withdraw my support. So baka doon parang ngayon kasi if she cuts clean now, 'di ba? She has to give up yung sa DepEd and parang ano na talaga 'yon, parang all out war na talaga, 'di ba? Parang Digong and Lenny na 'yan back in panahon ni PRRD. So, pero ngayon hindi natin alam, baka medyo she's trying to pahabain ng konti or ng konti, baka tapos meron silang ibang pinaplano kung ano man yung plano nila. 'Di ba? Pero yun nga she's starting to feel it na na si Digong yung target, kasama siya. 'Di ba? Kasama siya sa lahat ng mga So, it's going to be ugly. 2024.
So you think that Sara is preparing the base na? Parang ito na yung magiging essentially opening salvo na, di ba? I gave the guy the warning. I've been very honest about this. Malaking issue ito, mahalaga ito. This is about our national security. We don't deal with the devils. And look at it, di sila nakikinig sa atin. So ito na, labanan na natin. Itong parang, I think ganun ang mangyari, no? This is a good read, bro. Yes. I somehow agree with you na that this is less than, I mean, there might be an element of desperation there, but there's also an element of preparation and setting up, no? A counter movement na all the way, no? Grabe, bro. Ibang klase pala yung politika talaga na. I mean, we saw this coming, but iba pa rin eh. Iba pa rin when you're seeing it.
Ako, di ba, a few months ago lang, ang parati ko pa rin I was optimistic na magkakasundo, magkakabate. Pero ngayon parang hindi na talaga eh. Parang hindi na talaga magbabate. Doon na papunta eh. And yun nga Sara is of course the biggest target, the biggest ano for 2028. And kung merong ibang may gusto for 2028, di ba? So medyo mabigat talaga yung magiging awayan diyan. Especially now na yung sa ICC, yung sa investigation, yung kay Las Cañas na lumalabas, yung sa, di ba, yung sa
Oo, medyo
verified
grabe,
di ba? Yung mga claims doon na Duterte daw is the biggest sa ganito and siya yung involved sa. So napaka
He
kumbaga ano
wasn't
na,
taking care of competition.
taking care of competition, 'di ba? Ang dami yung mga lugar, yung mga pangalan ng mga kasama. So sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam saan tayo papunta, what will happen here. How will the people react to that? Will the Duterte magic hold? Will he Pero yun nga, ang hirap talaga. Lalo na 5 years pa in power si PBBM. So hindi ko talaga sure
Oo.
how will they handle all of this.
And baka lumakas pa lalo si BBM after midterms if ma-wipe out na talaga yung ibang factions, di ba? Kasi he
Yeah.
came in as unity team, so medyo someone is breathing down his neck. But if 2025 total win na sila, wala, they'll have it free to themselves for the next 2 years or so. So pwede na nilang
In his first year, sa first year ni BBM, ang hindi maganda yung kanyang social media strategy. Halos non-existent nga eh. Paano pag nagets na nila yon? Paano pag they start So kumbaga yung 1 year na yon, ang pangit nung social media na communications na binabato ng palasyo. So paano pag what if they get that right? What if they get the right people and so magulo talaga, mahihirapan talaga tong mga Dutertes.
Very good point. Kasi ako feeling ko we kind of covered the ICC issue na for me that will be the most consequential kasi ang laki ng implication nito in terms of improving the Philippines relations with the international community, in terms of making BBM himself look like the good guy, in terms of making the kind of a silent hindi naman pact but understanding between some Dilawan and some BBMers, di ba? And then it's really a declaration of war. I mean, the logistics of that, imagine if they go after Bato, then Bongo, like, ibang klase yan, di ba? So, gulong-gulo yan. So, anything could happen. Magkakaroon ng siege sa Davao. So, it could be an insanely crazy situation. But yun nga I think the biggest mystery, and this is what I didn't foresee, I think both of us didn't foresee this, is ang hina ng social media strategy of both Sara Duterte and BBM. After the quote-unquote masterpiece of disinformation and everything they put up for quite some time, they have gone quiet. But my sense is, di ba, quiet sila kasi hindi sila threatened sa opposition di ba? Sa totoong opposition. But now na silang dalawang magbabanggaan, di ba? Parang Lions versus Tigers yan or Agila.
Sara was intentionally quiet nung first year niya. Kasi wala talagang movement ng kahit ano. Parang gusto niyang umalis sa limelight
Because she doesn't want to threaten BBM also. Maybe I think she was also worried BBM will feel threatened if she's always in the limelight. Feeling ko may ganun siyang calculation na baka BBM
less talk, less mistake din. Ang taas niya sa mga surveys, ang taas. She didn't feel the need na to post na mag social media masyado. So she was really silent Walang mga vloggers, wala Nagsimula lang nung tambalos-los na at na umiinit na. So mukhang ngayon yung mga vloggers nagsisimula nang pumili kung saang sides, lalo na yung mga unity team na vloggers, but they need to start choosing na kasi nakikita na nila na mag-aaway din. Richard, may tatanong lang din ako. Yung kay Las Cañas ba na mga statements, how will that affect yung sa ICC na case? Kasi sabi ni Leila DELIMA, bakit daw hindi tinitignan ng Congress or yung mga statement ni Las Cañas about kay Digong. So possible kayang mapunta doon and
this is really relevant to the ICC, bro. All of these mga etong mga whistleblowers na nagkaroon sila ng konting platform pero dinismiss lang sila ng mga authorities in the Philippines. In fact, yun din ang sinasite ng mga ICC, pro-ICC people na tignan nyo nga, andun na nga sila, nag-hearing pa nga lahat. In Matobato, ito sila Scanias, people at the highest levels of Davao, operations, etc. And then, pinaliwala din ng authorities. So they never had an excuse of access to witnesses or evidence. And yet, they slept on their job or they were too scared to confront Duterte. So in fact, that's one of the reasons why ICC is supposed to come in because eto na, meron kayong lahat, hindi nyo pa rin ginawa. So either takot kayo or or you're not really doing your job. You're sleeping on your job. Kaya nga papasok tayo dito. I mean, bro, the whole thing is crazy because I was looking at it. like the whole issue of nanlaban, 'di ba? Na itong mga namamatay, ito yung mga ang kill rate is 100% accuracy almost. 'Di ba? I mean, you would imagine bro, kung nanglaban ng mga kriminal, may isa or dalawang pulis na mamamatay out of thousands of cases, 'di ba? Wala. This is impossible. Nowhere in the world you had 100% kill rate, right? Of, nagkaroon ng encounter with the criminals and no one in the police got injured or anything. It's just improbable. Unless they're all special ops people na hindi natin alam. So, there's so many angles na pwedeng titignan dito na to think about what they call a systematic state-sponsored systematic violation or mass atrocities, no? So yun yung tinitignan ngayon. For me, bro, I mean, nung binasa ko yung book ni Patricia Evangelista, I realized how much I still didn't know about the drug war. So I really suggest people to read that.
Ano ba yung mga ano doon? Hindi ko kasi nabasa eh. Yung mga important points lang doon.
Yeah, kasi it's a long book. It's a 450, 500 pages book. And it's, di ba si Patricia Evangelista, she covered yung mga pinapatay talaga from day one, bro, okay. With the photographers and all. At kinausap niya yung mga police, etc. Eventually, she had to leave the Philippines, I think 2019, because medyo, may target na sa kanya eh. Kasi binubuking niya eh. Ano nangyari eh. Diba? Kasi naalala mo bro, nung una first year or two of drug war, proud pa sila na ipakita sa media. Diba? Kasi Duterte won because of the promise eh. Para by third, fourth year, medyo, they were pushing back na. Kasi alam nila, hindi na nagkakaroon ng counter movement.
Lumalabas na yung mga
at saka yung mga baho, at saka yung mga inconsistencies. And si Digong mismo ay aminado, hindi nag-work yung kanyang drug war. Dapat, di ba, 6 months, ganun. So, kitang-kita mo sa book na yun. It's a very interesting book. I'll probably do a shorts and a lecture also on that book because I'm writing reviews on it. Very interesting. I realized how much I still didn't know about the drug war, despite everything I've been reading about it, everything I've been writing about the Duterte era. Of course, syempre focus ko rin West Philippine Sea, other issues. Pero grabe bro. So, yung mga narinig natin sa media nung time nila Las Cañas, Matabato, this is probably just the surface, bro. More can come out. And all we need is ICC to come in or BBM opening up investigations at the highest levels. Sino ba tumatawag? Sa'yo ba sa akin?
Sa'yo siguro. Hindi sa akin.
Wala rin sa akin. Sino ba tumatawag? Baka si Las Cañas, bro. Sino yan? Wala naman. Oh my
wala
God.
sa akin.
Nakakatakot to. Sino tumatawag? This is creepy. This is creepy, bro. Palitan na natin yung topic. Natakot na ako.
I can't hear anything. Ano yung narinig mo? Wala akong narinig.
I'm hearing a call para may tumatawag. Sa phone mo yata yan, bro. Wala dyan? Yung phone na ginagamit mo ngayon?
Wala akong narinig nga. Ngayon ko lang.
Anong ginagamit mo ngayon? Phone ba?
Phone.
May tumatawag yata sa phone na yan, bro. Etong phone na mismo na ginagamit mo ngayon.
Wala eh. Walang sa messenger, wala eh.
Oh, weird, man. As in, yung phone na ginagamit mo ngayon to talk to me. Yung sa harap mo ngayon. Ayan, nawala na. Okay na. Sige, balik mo ulit yung boses mo.
Ayun.
Creepy yan, bro. Biglang na
Hindi ko narinig eh. Hindi ko
bro,
narinig.
basta creepy yan. Kung kailan, bro, basta you read the book, bro. Medyo na-migraine nga ako literally dahil doon. Grabe yung, there's so much dark, bro. Dark stuff happen in the Philippines. Grabe nga eh. Anyway, I won't be surprised na more is gonna come out, bro. Kasi, Digong was the president, kaya we never could have really an honest conversation about what happened noon. But now,
do you think yung sa ICC that will also cover yung mga claims ni Las Cañas like yung sa Mindanao, yung operations daw?
Bro, it goes all the way back to Davao, But one thing I appreciate about the book of Patricia Evangelista is she explains yung history. Bakit ganun? 'Di ba? Yung inalam yung time na Alsamasa, yung laban nila sa mga NPA, madugo kasi yung kasaysayan ng Davao eh. Kaya unique talaga si Digong eh. Kasi he comes from a unique place. Yun lang. Ako bilang isang taga Baguio na proud person, I just feel, okay, maybe in Davao, in some sense, the Duterte way made sense. Although I still disagree with that. Pero yung model niya sa Davao, hindi dapat applicable sa buong bansa kasi napakalayong kondisyones. We never had the kind of civil war, literally civil war, bro. Yung nangyari sa 1980s, 1970s doon sa Davao, di ba? Patayan ng mga pro-military militias, ng NPA, grabe. At the theory, if binasa mo kay Patricia, is yung tinatawag na DDS, yung original one, is a composition of the veterans of both sides. So yun yung grabe, bro. Anyway, baka may tumawag naman. I mean, I'm telling you, bro, goosebumps level yun, bro. Basahin mo yan. So there's so much we don't know yet. Parang kumbaga surface level lang lahat yun. So, kaya some are saying, we need a legit organization to come and investigate this thing. Okay, last point, bro. On this Duterte, DELIMA thing, let's talk about social media. Like, what is your read of the realignments in social media? Because your reading before, 1 year ago or 2 was, ang lakas ng obviously pro-digong people, not in Twitter but practically all other platforms. Uminit pa lang ang TikTok nun. YouTube, it's not even a conversation. I mean, it's totally a mismatch, no? But now things are changing, no, bro. I mean, BBM social media is very weak, but the pink
Ay, oo.
is very strong on YouTube. Sobrang lakas ng pink ngayon. Malakas ang pink sa TikTok. Twitter, andun pa rin yung
Ever
dominance.
since.
Ever since. And Facebook, medyo patas na. So, this is a very different social media landscape, bro, since last year. I mean, now I can easily say Christian Esguerra. Pwede mo itapat yan kay Banat Pai, di ba? Again, I don't mean it in a direct.
In
But you
terms
can
of views, in terms of engagement and ano.
yeah, medyo may laban sila, di ba? Na, you know, I mean, you wouldn't have thought about it. And by the way, yung isa sa mga latest followers ko ngayon, si Chris Tan, di ba? That guy, siguro if he does less of Bitcoin and more political analysis, people will appreciate because his brand of political analysis is, you know, is that kind of Banat style, di ba? Medyo Banat Chris Tan style.
Ang lakas ngayon ng ano, ng
bro, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, ang lakas ngayon ng pink content. I'm looking at the views of, for example, si Armandine, si vlogcaster.
But Armand is not pink. He's Isko, right?
He's very anti-Duterte.
Oh, pero Isko na anti-Duterte.
Yeah. Isko siya last election. Pero kasi wala, after Isko, tapos na. So ngayon, either admin ka or opposition eh. He is very opposition now. So
right.
he's
doing very well. He's doing very well.
He's doing very well. Yung kanyang channel is...
Yung mga nanonood din sa akin nila. Di ba nakikita mo sa YouTube page mo, yung sa analytics. People who watch me also watch Chris Stan, Christian Esguerra, yan si Armand, yung mga ganun, like yung usual suspects, di ba?
So ang maganda ding point out, Richard, kung sa mga pinks, kung may mapapayo ka sa kanila, you need more. Gawa pa kayo because it's very kumbaga maganda din naman yung kita. Diba? And
competitive na. Exactly, bro. Na thank you so much. You give that advice kasi I think people already see what I'm doing, diba? I mean, hindi ako nagyabang ng top 20 podcast na ako ngayon sa Philippines, buong Philippines. So, I mean, I'm very proud of that. Bro, I mean, hindi ako nagyabang. You know how much heart and effort I put into that, diba, bro? And I don't want to be emotional, but I'm super thankful to you, bro. Kasi ikaw nag-push sa akin. Ikaw parating sabi, okay, Richard, in-interview ka all around the world, CNN, New York Times, ganun. But you have to build your own platform, your own voice, your own channel, essentially. And lo and behold, a year and a half later on, thank God, ito na. You know, I'm very grateful to you, bro. So I really, really appreciate it. And ako, ang gusto ko sa'yo kasi is because you can talk to all sides, diba? And idiots will say it's balimbingan, whatever. But you talk to all sides and all of that. And you have a bigger, more sophisticated understanding of the picture. Kaya yun ang gusto ko sa'yo. At saka yung mami ko. Diba, ma? Fan ka talaga ni Mark Gambo, ha?
Hello, tita.
Kanya eh.
Alam ako dyan soon.
Feeling ko ayaw na kay Banat Bay masyado, pero ikaw favorite niya. Sabi niya, kay Mark ka na muna.
Sabihin ko din sa nangyayari, di ba yung pink lumalakas yung YouTube and yung views. Yung unit team, for whatever reason, nagsawa yung mga tao. Ang baba ng views, ang baba. For 1 year, ang baba. So yung mga politika, nag-iba ng mga channel. Di ba? Ako nga, nag-showbiz. Yung iba, travel, yung iba nag-iba sila ng ngayon na lang lumalakas uli because of yung nangyayaring rift ng DDS and So ang malakas na si Maharlika, tapos yung mga ibang nag-stop na DDS vloggers, they're starting to pick up na. Kasi this is lalo na if they feel like Digong is being threatened. So sisipa ulit yung mga DDS na vloggers. Sa side ng mga Marcos, yun ang tinitingnan ko pa kung who will eventually side with them. Kasi yun nga, pag pumili ka, you will lose your DDS viewers. So yun ang challenge for the vloggers kapag nahati yung kanilang So, pero the DDS are still intact. Kaso yun nga, hanggang social media, doon lang sila malakas sa ngayon. Pero ganun yung trend na nangyayari. So, yung sa mga pink, tsaka doon sa mga loyalista, they should start, adding more voices. Kasi it's about to get loud next year. So So yun ang mangyayari
Oh, I
talaga.
mean, of course, we didn't mention yung mga new rising stars, sila Attorney Libayan and all. Pansin ko nga, di ba, interview ko si Rafi
Yes.
Tulfo. Every time I post ako about me at saka si Idol Rafi Tulfo, andun yung mga anti-Tulfo people, bro, yung attack grabe. Sobrang grabe. Kaya parang, wow, nabigla ako dun parang, so ngayon, nag-guess ko na si Rafi Tulfo, so deal pala with that. These are very, very vociferous. Ang mga attack talaga kay Rafi Tulfo. Dadamay
Grabe
pa ako.
yung awayan nila,
Diba?
nagkakademandahan na. Yeah, Attorney Libayan nga, very good nawala din sa isip ko. Na ibang different kind of
Totally different breed. Oh, totally different breed. Kaya nga interesting to, parang Marvels to eh. May mga kanya-kanyang mga labas, bro. Like, this is crazy. This is really crazy. Kaya ako, ang thinking ko, magkampo-kampo na tayo. Kaya nga RRM, RRL, lahat na yan, RRC. Kasi,
pero it's good nga na na we don't get stuck to a label lang eh. Na pag DDS ka all throughout. Pag pink ka all throughout. Kasi we have different stance on different issues eh. 'Di ba? So parang
intersectional tayo, bro. Intersectional.
Oo, kasi
Medyo
parang hindi naman pwede na kunyari DDS ka, lahat na lang nasabihin nila, yun na lang yung tama. Siyempre merong mga issues din na maaaring iba yung pananaw mo o mas agree ka kay Lenny, mas agree ka dun sa mga Marcos. So sa akin mas maganda yung ganon, mas bukas sa mas per issue yung mag-decide yung mga tao.
Yun ang inis na inis ako pag yung mga sinasabi, cloud chaser ka or balimbing ka. That's a very bobo kind of way of looking. Ano gusto mo, kulto kami na purong nega lang si Do, ditong positive. Well, BBM is doing fine sa West Philippine Sea. Why should I attack him on that? At the same time, hindi ako masyadong kampante sa Maharlika Fund, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna bring the whole Philippine economy down. That's an exaggeration too, di ba? So, yun nga yung point ko eh. Tapos sabi niya, ay si Darian, Ilocano yan, kaya pro-BBM. Yung mga ganun, like mga cheap shots na ganun. Ang reason na sinasabi ko yun, Mark, is because that prevents people from listening to diverse voices. Kung gusto mo kulto-kulto lang, one side ka lang, wala talagang mangyayari sa atin. Kaya ako, bro, ang dami ko natutunan because I talk to you, I talk to Ronald, I talk to people from different sides. Si Banat ba nga, nakausap pa natin. May mga kaibigan tayo, nagalit sila. Bakit mo nga? Sabi ko, hindi, it's part of the conversation. We have to do that. Kaya tuwan-tuwa ako sa ginagawa natin. We're building bridges. We're not. And
yung mga pagpunin na gano'n, it lowers the tension eh. Kasi there's no reason para di ba things to get sobrang heated, sobrang personal. Diba, we're all debating for the sake of the country, para sa ikabubuti ng bansa.
Mga bayani, SM9, na bayani. Wala nang sinabi ni Harry Roque, ex-human rights lawyer. Ito, last bro, I want to ask you, let's put on our hats as, let's say, social media strategists, okay? Let's put it this way. What should Marcos camp do? What should Sara camp do? And what should the yellow camp or pink camp rather do in the next year ahead of the elections? Anong advice mo sa each camp? Or what are the things to watch out for? Or expectation mo sa each of these three camps?
A good question Oo nga. Saan mo gusto simulan?
Maybe we can make a proper episode about that na sobrang prepared tayo. But this is just to give a teaser about like what you and I do. We're also looking at social media strategies because hindi naman tayo nag-iaba. But we're social media expert na in our own ways, di ba?
Pink muna. Sa pink muna siguro. Let's start with the pink.
You want me also to go? Yeah, I mean,
ako muna.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Sa pink, like I said nga, sa pink, magdagdag ng magdagdag. Tapos, ano nga ba? Una magdagdag. Stay true to your values. Support yung mga up and coming na politicians who share your values na attractive sa mas malawak na tao. Kasi yung before baka masyado na silang nasiraan ng previous administration. So you also look for new people na i-build up.
Leila DELIMA. I think Leila DELIMA should be a rallying cry for the Pinks. I think she could be one of the rallying cries. And
Leila DELIMA, she's on a mission and yung mission is anti-Duterte talaga. So, yeah, supportahan niyo siguro yung inaano niya, yung what she's doing. If you are in that camp, diba? So, ayun, supportahan si Leila. Tapos look for new leaders, look for new people you could build up and elect people sa Congress. Yun ang sa akin. Senate, syempre, automatic na yan. May mga tatakbo dyan. Pero elect people sa party list. Yun ang parati ko sinasabi sa mga pink. And kahit sa DDS din. advice ko na din, elect people sa party list para hindi kayo
Social
iniiwan.
media, bro. In terms of social media strategy, like, what do you think should be the messaging? What should be the approach? What should be the collaborations? Ano ba yung outreach na dapat gawin? Social media, not political mobilization. We can have
Okay.
another one with RRM na lang siguro, with Ronald or something.
For pink pa rin to?
Yeah. Pink and then DDS and then BBM. Or ano yung mga nakikita natin eh. Siguro ayaw mo silang advice.
Kasi is
natin makita.
Sa pink kasi is growing yung base, growing yung viewership.
Maganda yung momentum. I think may learning
maganda
experience.
yung momentum.
Yes.
Actually, that could have started earlier nung elections pa lang, doon pa lang ang laki na pwedeng kinita ng mga vloggers na pink eh. So add more lang ng mga vloggers habang mainit. Tapos yun nga, support Leila sa mga ano niya, and actually yun naman yung sinabi ko sa pink. Pagdating sa Marcos camp, ano nga ba? Medyo challenging yung sa Marcos camp eh. Kasi
it's surprising, di ba? I mean, okay, let's talk about the Marcos camp a bit, no? Because surprisingly, they're the weakest link, right? Like, they're the strongest in terms of political power, but they're weakest in terms of social media power. What's going on here? Is it because bumaliktad sila Maharlika? Is it because the first lady has a different take on this issue? Siguro tingin niya, kachipangan tong mga social media yan, let's get distance from it. Is it also because of complacency? Then nawala pa si Paul Soriano, di ba? For me, that's one.
wala namang na-contribute si Paul Soriano.
How weak they are in social media.
I think ang pinaka-biggest problem is hindi natutukan. Hindi, parang ang feeling ko nung una, hindi ganun ka-importante sa kanila. Mas importante yung mainstream media, which is the old way of looking at things. Which ano din effective din naman.
Makes sense, exactly. It's still powerful.
It's still ano pa rin. I think they were starting to build na a social media strategy nung panahon ni Vic Rodriguez. Tapos natanggal si Vic Rodriguez, nagkagulo-gulo na. And sa ngayon, hindi ko sure kung anong pinaka next na plano nila. Pero yun nga, they have the resources, they have the, di ba, so bumuo na sila ng strategy, bumuo na sila ng how are they going to highlight the success of the Marcos regime, and siguro mag-prepare lang kasi susugurin na sila ng DDS eh.
Yun nga eh. Tsaka China. Hindi lang yes, China, yung mga makapili 2.0 club, lahat yan atakin sila ng big time ngayon. Ito ay pro-US, ito yung tuta ng America, ito yung nag-cut ng deal with the US about. Alam na, lahat ng conspiracy theories lalabas nila, and it's not like it's easy. It's not like it's hard to attack Marcoses on issues of good governance and all of that. Yeah, that's an interesting. So
siguro to make it more exciting din. Kasi yun ang main difference with Digong eh. Kasi yung kay BBM ang problema, ang boring masyado nung pagpapatakbo. Which is yun naman yung normal, di ba?
Statesman-like masyado.
Oo eh. Kaso, when it comes to views, to wala, hindi nagtatranslate eh. And pag mababa yung views, yung mga vloggers, hindi din di ba? Hindi din tumutuloy, hindi din gumagawa ng vlogs kung if they don't make money from that that vlogs. So, look for a way to brand, kung paano iba-brand yung mga success ng administration eh. In a way na that would translate to views and to kumaga magandang numbers pagdating sa social media. Kasi sa ngayon wala eh. Magaganda naman yung mga proyekto na nakalatag so far, yung mga pabahay and yung mga ibang mga build more na mga proyekto.
Wala mo medyo malako yun, no?
Meron naman eh. May mga pondo, may mga gagawin naman. So, look for a way to para i-branding ng And nawala yung hindi ko din alam kung kasi before nung bago tumakbo si BBM, yung Marcos mythology, yung FM na mythology na golden years, and yun ang nawala eh. After the election, parang wala na ako nakikita masyado about that. Yung mga gold bars and mga
bro, BBM needs his own mythology na. Hindi na pwede
yun kasi
writing on his dad's coattails. Tama na yan. It's time for him to build his own legacy, his own branding. In the same way na Sarah also has to begin to become her own. Hindi lang siya yung anak lang ni Digong, di ba? Yun nga eh. Kasi both of them were lucky. Anak lang sila ng mga malalaking tao, albeit very controversial and problematic, at least from my perspective. So it's time for them to build their own brand. What is the Sara Duterte brand? Not just the Duterte brand. What is the Marcos Jr. brand versus just Marcos Sr. brand? Kasi marami sa mga loyalista kay Marcos Sr., kay Maharlika sila. Hindi sila kay BBM, di ba? May mga ganun din. At sinisisi si First Lady.
Ang problema pa, nandyan pa si Aimee. So yung iba, mas
You're right.
pinipili na lang si Aimee over Bongbong. Loyalista pa rin sila, pero kay Aimee. So, yun. Pagdating sa DDS, pagdating kay Sara, hindi, parang kay Sara kasi pareho lang eh. It's the same, kasi
the same prof.
Yung panahon ng dad niya, it worked really well eh. So, ako, uulitin lang din niya eh. So sa akin, yun talaga branding nila eh.
Medyo kulang sa innovation.
Hindi, sa akin, if it's working, why change it eh? Sa akin, maski yun pa rin eh. Kasi ang hirap talaga eh. Ang hirap talagang kalabanin, ang hirap talagang talunin. Yeah. Kasi yung mga trolls and yung mga vloggers and yung salbahe style, ang hirap talagang kumbaga it's toxic and it's bad for the country and pero it works pagdating sa social media na ano. So
baka it was like a one-time wonder kind of thing na siguro mahirap na i-replicate yan. I was thinking kasi 2016-17 was a special moment in Philippine politics eh. Ito yung time ng Brexit, Trump, inis ng tao sa mga hypocrisy ng Liberal Party and self-righteousness na I'm not sure if we can keep on replicating after.
Pero kasi the base is still there, nagpapahinga lang eh. In the same way na di ba si Lenny, biglang nagulat tayo, ang lakit ng page niya. Ganun din yung sa DDS, nagpapahinga lang yan. So pag ina-atake na yung sila Digong and lalabas.
Pero how much of that you think is the resources aspect? Because many will say, a lot of that was also because ang daming pera ng mga yan nung time na. And now I'm not sure how much money they have. The money is with the Marcos camp, clearly. They have the logistics of the state and all of that. You get what I'm saying? Kasi I gets ko yung argument na Solid South, Vismin, all of that. Gets ko yan. Pero at the same time, I think we're underestimating also the power of machinery. How machinery boosted further the Duterte machine, especially
kaya nga siguro hindi masyadong nag-focus sa social media sila BBM eh. Pero yung sa mga totoo naman din nga, ang laking factor nga dahil sa mga resources nung panahon na yun. Pero ang punto lang siguro ngayon, kung political vlogger ka tapos wala ka pang kinakampihan, pinakamalaki pa rin nakikitain mo pag DDS eh. Kasi nandun pa rin yung bulk ng views, nandun pa rin yung kung numbers don't lie eh. Yung pa rin yung pinakamalaking kikitain mo eh. Kung vlog, kunyari walang inaabot kahit sino yun, may incentive, mas malaki pa rin yung incentive for new vloggers to side sa mga DDS. Ibig sabihin, nandun yung base nila, nandun yung manonood, nandun yung makikipag-away, magko-comment. So, sa akin, ayun, ikaw ba? What would you suggest?
So, last point ko siguro before we close this kasi I think we need a proper episode. Talagang isipin natin na mabuti yan eh.
Ako din nagulat.
Yeah, ano naman, mayabang tayo. I mean, makapal ang mukha natin. We do ahead of curve parati. No, I mean, for me, I think the challenge right now for the Pink especially is how to position themselves in amid this implosion. Because I know marami mga never Marcos dyan. But also think about this, there's no way that the Pinks can come back to power or we can have a progressive government unless you know how to navigate this very difficult situation, or actually this big opportunity for that matter, right? This is a prize that many were not expecting this early. So I think it raises some big questions because in terms of convictions and principles, medyo mahirap na sikmurahin ng mga Marcoses if you're a hard, diehard yellow or pink for that matter. At the same time, you have to win the state. You have to win back the state. You have to put the president there in 2028. You have to put some people there in power, right? So you have to learn how to navigate it. I'm still thinking about it. What's the way to do it? I'm in my own ways. I'm always trying to navigate things. But yun nga, hindi na pwede yung mga dating mga style na pa-self-righteous, na pa-cute, na cancel culture. Alam mo yung mga ganyan, laos na yan, hindi nagagana yan. At the same time, huwag rin maging trapo, huwag rin maging balimbing. So it's a very hard balance to pull off. But as I said,
it's about growing the tent eh.
Yes, it's building coalitions, right? It's building
coalitions eh. Kasi yung kay Lenny, yung sa Lenny, pink, yellow, solid na yan eh. Nandiyan na yan eh. Diba? Pero I think it's about yung alliances and growing and compromise. Ayun eh. And growing the base, growing the
Principled compromise. Yeah. I mean, not compromise core interest, but secondary, tertiary issue. Maybe you can have a work around it. Yeah, this is an interesting. I think we should have another episode on this social media strategy, for different camps, no, because things are interesting. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
it's a very good question nga to ask. And sa ngayon, medyo na blanco din ako kung how they need to best go forward.
We're just thinking out loud for this episode. Hopefully, in the next episodes, we can be a little bit more precise and all of that. And probably I'll also write down a number of things on this issue. This is very important. Mark Gamboa, thank you very much. My great co-host, my original co-host. Sorry na lang kay Ronald and Leloy and the rest. Ito talagang OG, all right? Ito yung first love. Charot. Ito yung OG natin. Thank you so much, Mark. I hope you'll have a long weekend and enjoy, and looking forward to catching up more on SMNI, but also Itbulaga. Interesting din yan. Thank you so much. God bless, bro. We'll send you
Bye-bye. Project Pilipinas.
Project Pilipinas. Talk to you soon.